Today's topic, what was I thinking? Hi, I'm Doug Holt, with author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or technique to help you uplevel what we call the 5 to Thrive. There's your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and of course, your business. How often have you heard that from somebody who makes a mistake? And they go, what was I thinking? Well, truth is they weren't thinking. And that's why today's tip is going to be short and right to the point. The key here when making a critical decision is to stop, pause, and breathe. Those three things in that order. Stop, pause, breathe. And so what I want you to do when you're making a decision or you're trying to go about the rest of your weekend, and we're filming this, it's going to be released on a Sunday, but what I want you to think about is thinking, right? So stop and take 10 breaths. Now, I do this in important conversations, and I also do this technique right before making any big decision. I'll stop and actually sometimes sit down if I'm by myself in a meditative type situation where I'm making a big business decision. But if I'm in a conversation, the conversation either gets heated or I can tell the other person's emotional, what I'll do is I'll stop and take 10 deep breaths before actually speaking. Sometimes this puts a little barrier as far as time between me and the person that I'm talking to, but that's okay, right? It actually sometimes diffuses the whole situation. But stopping and giving myself those 10 quality seconds of deep breath where I'm getting good oxygen into my body and pausing allows me to think rather than just being led by my emotions. So I want you to try this today and see how it works for you. And I'd love to hear back from you on how this works. But if something doesn't come up, maybe you're at home by yourself, go ahead and think about another time when you thought, oh, what was I thinking? I went out too late, whatever it was. Assuming you weren't impaired, going out drinking too much, but say something during the day or a conversation. Again, try that, 10 seconds, especially if you're talking to somebody that triggers you, right? A lot of times this is going to be a spouse or somebody you're in a relationship with. Pause, count to 10 internally before saying anything else. That'll allow you to get control of your emotions and have the opportunity to think before you act. That's it for me today. As always, go over to authorofyourownstory.com where you can get the latest tips, tricks, and techniques delivered right to your inbox. Have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow. Go out and inspire someone by being the author of your own story. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these daily growth hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.